Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about the Li-Ning Sonic 12. So the price that you can get these at will really depend on your location. 120 to 130 bucks in US dollars sounds about right for these guys, before any potential discounts, that is. Now this shoe came out very recently. The Sonic 11 was a pleasant surprise for me. I was quite shocked by how far they've come from, let's say, the Sonic 6, Sonic 7. This line has evolved into a completely different form. CJ McCollum is on his third signature shoe with them. The Sonic line was his go-to before he got his own shoe. So this great white shark colorway took inspiration from the CJ2, and it still has his logo on the heel. A lot of you can probably attest to this. Li-Ning has been consistently delivering excellent performance over the past few years. But these guys, how do I say? I decided not to leave a link for you to get them this time, and you'll see exactly why. Performance-wise, let's start with the cushion as usual. Here it's going to be average at best. They use Light Foam Plus. It's basically their mid-tier tech. There's some boom in it, but you won't really be able to feel it on feet. Cushioning is basically on the stiffer side. It's quite nice in the heel, but compared to something that has a similar setup like the Fission 9, this is not as soft, not as responsive. 390 grams for US size 10.5, slightly lighter than average weight. Core feel, this shoe feels like those flippers for swimming. Anyways, we'll come back to it soon. Traction, to summarize my experience, good to go on a clean court, pretty inconsistent on a dusty court. On a very dusty court, I should clarify. If you care about the squeak, this is also hit or miss. Sometimes it squeaks, sometimes it's completely silent, even on a clean floor. In general, I was able to get to a hard stop just fine, so there wasn't any problems with the traction. But compared to some of their other shoes that have elite traction, like the Li-Ning 4, Speed 10, 808 series, and Wave shoes, you name it, this is not the same level. It does pick up quite a lot, but I do have to mention that these come in their tough RB, so the rubber is very durable for outdoor use. Something positive at least. With the fit, I would suggest most people to go with their true size, the same size you wear in US sizing. I'm a 10.5 in most Nike shoes, 10.5 or 10 in Adidas. Got 10.5 in these, and they're just about right on. Materials, this was my nightmare with the Jordan 37 all over again. They're plasticky, not comfortable, and it's basically identical to that Jordan 37 upper. It can cause some pinching easily, depending on your foot shape. Just an exaggeration to emphasize breathability. Like, you don't have to poke a bunch of holes all over the place to have good ventilation. And this huge tongue, no support, just flaps around there with no purpose. So no comment here. Underwear laces again, because of the thin materials, comfort took a hit. I ended up having quite a lot of dead space in the toe box, which I really didn't like. You could really feel the amount of dead space on hard movements. Over just a few sessions, the material started to fold and wrinkle awkwardly. So poor execution in my opinion. Not much padding on the interior or anything. Stability is barely okay. And you know what the worst part is? Given the crazy curve shape, you think that this is super smooth on feet, but transitioning from front to back didn't even feel fluent. I could almost feel stumps in my movement. Spacious at the front and back, narrow and tight in the midfoot. That has something to do with it for sure. I know I made it sound like a bad shoe, but it could just be Li-Ning raising the standard too high for themselves because of how good their other shoes are. As an outdoor shoe on a hot summer day, let's say, I think this is great. In case you're wondering how these compare to the previous version, the Sonic 11, the 11 is way better to me. Super smooth transition, great core feel, excellent traction and durability. Aside from these guys still being very breathable, obviously, they pretty much lost all that good stuff. Yeah, I was quite disappointed. Overall, I'll be absolutely honest and clear. I would not recommend the Sonic 12 to anyone really. Comfort is meh. material and even the curve shape of the outsole, I personally think they went too far with it. In reality, this shoe is not even that functional. It's not easy to wear. Cushion and impact protection also cannot compare to a lot of the other shoes. So yeah, that was my take on it. Mission failed. We'll get them next time, boys. But as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.